Election rigging refers to the manipulation of the electoral process to achieve a desired outcome, often through fraudulent or illegal means. It undermines the principles of democracy by distorting the will of the electorate and jeopardizing the integrity of the electoral system. Election rigging can take various forms, including 1. Voter suppression. This involves efforts to prevent certain groups of people from voting or making it difficult for them to cast their ballots. Tactics may include voter intimidation, restrictive voter ID laws, purging voter rolls, or closing polling stations in areas with predominantly certain demographics. 2. Ballot stuffing. Ballot stuffing occurs when individuals or groups fraudulently add extra votes to the ballot box, either by filling out additional ballots or tampering with existing ones. This inflates the vote count for a particular candidate or party. 3. Manipulation of voter registration. This involves tampering with voter registration lists or processes to exclude eligible voters or include ineligible individuals. It may include registering fictitious voters or removing legitimate voters from the rolls. 4. Fraudulent counting of votes. This occurs when election officials or individuals involved in the counting process manipulate the tally of votes to favor a particular candidate or party. It may involve altering or misreporting election results, tampering with electronic voting machines, or manipulating the vote counting process. 5. Gerrymandering. Gerrymandering is the manipulation of electoral district boundaries to benefit a particular political party or group. It involves drawing district lines in a way that concentrates or dilutes the voting power of certain communities to gain an electoral advantage. 6. Buying votes. Some individuals or groups may engage in the practice of buying votes, offering incentives or bribes to voters in exchange for their support. This can include offering money, goods, or services in exchange for votes, which undermines the principle of free and fair elections. 7. Coercion and intimidation. Election rigging may involve coercion or intimidation tactics to influence voter behavior or suppress opposition. This can include threats of violence, harassment, or reprisals against voters, candidates, or election observers. 8. Misuse of state resources. Some incumbents may misuse state resources such as government funds, facilities, or personnel for electoral purposes to gain an unfair advantage over their opponents. Election rigging is a serious threat to democracy and the rule of law. It undermines public trust in the electoral process and erodes the legitimacy of elected governments. Efforts to combat election rigging include strengthening electoral laws and institutions, ensuring transparency and accountability in the electoral process, promoting voter education and awareness, and providing safeguards to prevent and detect electoral fraud.